Hey everyone, Diane here. Welcome to a new Decoeasy video. Welcome to the channel of me and my mother-in-law Jenny. We love to decorate with you, so if you're ready, we are ready too. Let's go and start crafting. Hey, Diane here, who is ready for a new DIY. Today, let's grab some of these Jenga blocks and start crafting. These are from Action. Jen and I buy these packages for €3 and then you get 60 wooden pieces out of Jenga stones. They come in a very tight wrap with plastic like this. Normally there is a hole, but that works as well. Just open it up and then I just rush it onto the table because I really love that sound. Let's hear. That's just a wonderful sound. Now, we have always one sneaky block. This one here. This comes with text, and if you don't paint it well or don't keep it apart, then you're going to see it. Let's move it up here. The next thing we're going to need comes also from Action. Glue. This is actually Mod Podge, but then 17 times cheaper than the real Mod Podge up here. The only thing you can't do with this is sealing or adding it as a varnish, because then the ink, at least the ink of my printer, starts wiping away, so I don't recommend that. And I also have two of these canvases, also from Action. I believe they were $1.60 for each, or €1.80, something like that. Yeah, the measurements are in centimeters, so I have no idea how much inch that is. And we need a knife. Those are the basic things today. I'm going to remove those plastics from the canvases so we can move on to the next step. Good. The canvas, I'm laying the other one apart. What we want to do is use our knife and cut around here. Why? Because I want to keep the canvas and I don't want to destroy, oh, you can't see it, I'm just cutting here. And I don't want to destroy the wooden frame either, because we're going to use that as a frame for our DIY. So I'm going to remove both of the canvases from the frames. I always like to cut around, just like so. And then, yeah, you might need to cut several times again. But most of the times then you can instantly remove the canvas. Don't destroy it. Try to keep it as good as possible, especially the flat side of the canvas. So be careful in the corners while removing. And that might be the tricky part, at least how this one is applied. Oh, go back. I'm going to struggle for a few more minutes and then I'll remove the canvas for you. Okay, that is the last corner. Here and there some threads. This you're going to need later, so I'll lay it aside. And now we're going to remove the canvas on the back. Be careful with those staples. Oh, this thing is super stiff. I think they added a new kind of canvas or something around. Let's see. Yeah, this will do the trick. As I said, be careful with the staples, especially in the corners, because at my frame, they hold the frame together. So they didn't add glue. Oh, there goes one staple. Okay. Try not to ruin it. Just carefully see if you can remove the whole thing. And I'm going to try press the staple back with the knife. Might not always work, but at least we can try to keep the frame together. I think they added something new to these products, because this never was so hard before. Okay, now I'm going to press it into crafting mat to press the staple back. Yep, and now we're good to go. And just repeat those steps until you're ready and there is no canvas around. This part you can throw away because you're not going to need that anymore. And if it's really annoying, I suggest just trying to cut it away piece by piece. That might work too. Especially in the corners, it might be really annoying to get rid of that canvas fabric. And now you're good to go to the long side, and these sides are easy for me. Going to repeat that also for the other canvas. Now we're here. I have 2 loose frames and 2 canvases. I'm going to paint all of these. These will be black, and therefore I'll be using blackboard paint. I also have this extra part for, you know, letting the things dry. And for the canvases, I have this beautiful dark red color. And yeah, I'm going to paint that. I made the mistake in history several times that I first wanted to glue everything together, because the idea is that we're going to put these frames on top of those painted canvases. But I made the mistake before that I first glued this together, and afterwards that I started painting. I recommend you don't do that, because you get problems here with your, you know, the difference between the wood and the canvas. You're not being able to paint that so super neat. And yeah, that's why I'm now going to turn it over and do first a painting, and after the paint is dry, then I'll be doing the gluing. Yeah, difficult word. Okay, let me see, will this even fit together? Nope. Then I will be using separate parts. Let me put this away. Okay, make sure that the canvas is clean before you start painting. Here is some dust. Now, grab your paint of color, of choice, I mean. And this is how it looks from inside the cup. It came in a larger package, because this is from the construction market. And I got this mixed on color because I had these colors in my interior. So, for Christmas. The good thing about this paint is that the coverage is really nice. You don't have to paint the complete canvas, because we're going to get rid of the side parts, but I'm going to paint as much as I can to make sure that everything looks more high-end. So don't have to go completely to the line, to the edge of the paper, but see what you can paint in a neat way. So here, I'm going to continue like that until everything is painted. Here's the first one. I'm going to switch to the other canvas. You see it's starting already here. It might get wobbly. Don't worry, if you're going to glue your frame upon it, everything will be gone afterwards. Here's number 2. Oh, there are some, well, leave that. We're going to not use that part either. Going to paint the next one. Make sure that everything is nice and flat as far as possible. Clean the whole thing. And then we're going to do the other canvas. Okay, the red parts are painted. Now it's time to start painting those, yeah, what are they actually? Canvas bases. There are here some really weird wood splinters. Let's remove that first before we start painting. If it's really bad, I suggest you're using sanding paper or a sanding machine. Yeah, we're there. Good. Let's take a brush and some black paint. Give it a little stir before we start, because that's, for me at least, always necessary with this kind of paint, because it's pretty thick stuff. Okay, I prefer to start on the inside. So that's what I'm going to do, because now I'm still able to hold the whole frame on the outside. So I can lift it to start painting the inside part. Ta-da! A black frame. Now, let this one dry, start over to the other one, and after that, after everything is dry, we can start gluing those two parts together. Okay, everything is dry. Time to start gluing these two together. Let's place this one up here and turn this one around. Now, this is where the glue gets important. I always like to use a lot of glue. Just like so. Okay. Close the cap. Now you can choose if you want to brush it out. That is one option, or you can just put it around like that. Personally, I don't prefer some kind of work way. I'm going to turn this around carefully and let it drop like so. Now, I think personally that is a good idea to find some kind of heavy object that you can put completely over the frame so the glue can dry, and yeah, you reduce the risk of bobbling, wobbling, weird acting canvas. But that's my opinion. If you want something else, feel free to try it. I'm going to find some kind of heavy basket or something, or a box, and I'm going to put it upon it. And let the glue dry really well, and afterwards you can cut these edges away just with scissors, or if you have a knife, that's up to you. In the next shot, I think I'll be back without the ruffles here, because I'm always using scissors to get rid of this piece of fabric. But for now it has to dry, and yeah, I think it's going to take some time. So see you next with two canvases. Okay, I want to make two paintings, one with the Christmas tree and one with the Christmas wreath. And I tried to make a circle out of these blocks, but they were too big. So I want to use my power saw downstairs to cut them here at the line. So I hopefully can make a better circle, because these blocks are actually quite large. Jen and I had Jenga blocks before, but they were smaller. So yeah, these are, for me, to be honest, a little bit more harder to build with. But I think with the power saw that everything will be alright. I can't film that today. It's just a big saw, and I'm going to clench these together in packages of 4 and then just cut here where the line is. That should be the center. When I'll be back, hopefully everything will be okay and I have sawed blocks. As promised, here we have the two frames. And now I also have tiny blocks. They aren't perfectly square shaped, but with a file and your power saw you can get this. So, which is practically half of the large block. I want to make two Christmas figures. On the first frame I want to have a Christmas tree. I'm not really sure, you can do both ways depending on the size of your blocks. Use this as, you know, the base of the tree and make branches out of green. You can also, if that is possible, build your tree in some sort of pyramid shaped thing, but yeah, now you should have done something like that on one side and saw blocks on the other side. That's also an option. Pick what you prefer. And on the other one, I want to make a Christmas wreath, and therefore I needed these smaller blocks. And I'm going to use beeswax, not only for waxing this thing, but also as, oh, I'm not doing it here, as a base for the wreath, because I want to lay blocks around it to determine the shape of it. So, going around, and that will be the first layer. And we also have the second layer that will be glued on top. You can use wood glue or hot glue, whatever you prefer. Oops, well, and then you get something like that. And the idea is to put another row of blocks just in the center of these joints. Outline that block, and you can build another round around it. And like that, and then continue. Okay, I'm going to rearrange everything, and yeah, I think then the next step is gluing. Let me remove this placemat. And then I will be gluing it with the wood glue up here, or you can use your hot glue gun to press in blocks like this. Just whatever you prefer. Okay, my base shape is ready, and I'm a little bit scared that I'm going to ruin it. So I have the hot glue gun, and to want to put in, I'll just show it to you. Want to secure those joints with a slight tip of glue. Hope that works. Don't press too hard, otherwise you will ruin your design. Okay, now let this dry and see if it's enough. Hopefully it will hold together now, so I can safely move around and put on the other blocks as well. Yep, this must be it. Okay, next layer. Second layer is up. Didn't glue anything yet because I wanted to show you that. Be careful, don't ruin your design. I might have shaky hands now and then, and yeah, just try to keep calm. And that's why I use this glue and not the hot glue gun, because if you use this, it's completely set and done within seconds, and with this glue you can still move around here and there, which is good, which is what we want today. So I'm just going to apply wood glue on one block, carefully laying it back, and then let it dry. Here's the wreath. Carefully letting it dry. Take these apart. They might be useful for another DIY. And let this dry. It needs quite some time, at least this glue does, depending on your wood glue. Let it dry really well, and after that I'm going to apply beeswax upon it. In the meantime, while the wreath is drying, I decided that I want to have a completely, green tree. So I'm only going to beeswax. Let me take this away. I'm going to beeswax the base of the tree, and therefore we have the beeswax, and this is my beeswax brush. I always keep my beeswax brushes in a separate bag because this stuff stinks. It's greasy and you don't want to have it in your other projects. Now, clean the lid a little bit because I always use this to dab off the excess wax. Okay, I think we're good to go. I always take too much. And that is where the lid is for. Now carefully leave one side open with, without the beeswax, because otherwise your glue won't stick anymore because of the greasiness of this stuff. make sure that you ventilate your room well enough while applying this, because this is some nasty stuff. But it looks so nice on your projects. This. Okay, let's wipe away the excess wax before putting it down, because I can't get it up once it lays down like that. Look what a beautiful color the beeswax stain gives to the wood. Okay. Now this needs to dry really long as well. At least I think an hour, maybe longer. You can also use an old kind of, you know, non-fluffy, sticky piece of cloth, like an old towel or something, to wipe away the excess beeswax. In the meantime, we can only wait until we can go further with this DIY. So I might see you today, or I might continue tomorrow, really depending on how quickly this stuff dries. Hey, next day, this thing is dry, and I also beeswaxed it. So this is what the wreath looks like. Now, to make it look more like a Christmas wreath, I have this kind of ribbon that I got for almost €3 at a garden center. And it's that really fluffy, soft velvet look. What I'm going to do is use a dot of glue on this thing. And then upon the back here, let's glue it up here. Because I want it to look like a wreath. And what do we do with Christmas wreaths? We wrap them with this stuff. So I'm going to make circles around, just like you would do with a normal wreath as well. So just like this. And then keep wrapping around. If you need more of this stuff, then I suggest use or glue it down on the back, because the whole cloche was too big to put it through the center of this thing. So I cut off a small piece of fabric. But if you need more, then I suggest, yeah, glue it at the back, and then on exactly the same spot, start with a new piece. So yeah, you're cheating a little bit, but it looks like one big piece. You see, this is what I mean with the wrapping thing. I'm going to continue, and then I'll show you when it's done. Okay, this is it. Glue it at the back. And here we have our wreath. And yeah, I think it looks cute. I'd like to have some small sort of decor here. And yeah, I can make just a simple, yeah, what would you say, ribbon bow thing. Show you how it looks like. But I don't think that this kind of ribbon is suitable to do that, because it's only printed on one side. But we'll see how it turned out. If you need a tutorial of this bow making, just ask me. I will send you the link to a YouTube video, and that's how I've learned it. Okay, now you have a really tiny, cute double bow here, which you can just put in like this. So here at the top. That's an idea. But you can also use green. And not the green of the ribbon that I just used. No, Christmas green. Let me see where I have some smaller pieces. Oh, here for example. This kind of green. And you can put it like that. Also a solution. Just whatever you prefer. I think I'm going to make a small amount of those green things, and then I'll also add this little ribbon up here for some more festiveness. Okay, I'll use some hot glue here at the back to glue down these branches. I used several sizes. I'm going to make a 3 out of it, and the last one has a berry in it, which I just glued in it because they were just plain branches, but now I have a berry here. Okay, last thing. So something like this. Now I need an extra glue stick because it's almost out of glue, like that. Let me see, I have the ribbon up here. And yeah, first let's trim those tails. So they have the same length. I think making fishtails in this one isn't a good idea because the fabric is so super thin and it's really fluffy, but just going to give it a try. Hopefully it works. If not, then I'm just going to cut it smaller than they are right now. So just cut, oh dear. I hope this works out. If not, then at least we tried. Oh, not bad. They do need some trimming here and there. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think I'm keeping this. Okay, well, let's do some more trimming on the fishtails, and then we can glue it up on the center here, and then we have our Christmas wreath. This is what it looks like without the bow. You can just leave it like that, or you can just do it your way. Okay, let's glue. Just add some hot glue and then gently push it on the point where those branches come together, so you hide those ugly end pieces. And there we are. Hope you can see it. I think it looks super cute as a wreath. Now, then we only need to add some hot glue and put this one inside the frame, and then we have number one. If you want, you can use some more berries to decorate your wreath. That is up to you. Of course, we also have a frame number two, and therefore I have this only single block that I use, and I wanted to make a Christmas tree out of this, so I grabbed some more of these branches that I have here. I'm trying to make, a Christmas tree shape, and now you have a perfect combination of those things. I also have some other kind of ribbon, but I don't know if it looks cute. It's the same one as the dark green that I used for the wreath. This one is bright red, and I don't know if it's too red or not. I think it looks cute. We might can use this to decorate our tree with a bow or something. First, let me lay down the shape, and I also want to prepare some of those branches with some red berries too. Okay, here I have the base, and I only want it to be around this high. Now, let's first glue down this fella here. Like that. This one we leave open. Now, I think it's time to start with the base of the tree. It will be something like this. I'm just gluing these down. Oh, glue gun is pretty warm. And watch out, it might melt your branches too, if you keep it too long on another part of your plastic branches. Okay. Now, let's move a little bit more upward like that. So just a dot of glue here. And the other one comes in there. And that's how we're building the tree. Don't mind if there is a gap. We can fill it up later with branches like this. Oh, no, our spider webs everywhere. Let me see. Do we have some more of these beautiful branches that we could use? Yeah, this might get too big. I think we're using it for the bottom section. Something like this will do, but that will be later. So I'm trying to make some smaller branches up here. This one looks cute with the berries. Let's place it up here, and then we have another berry one that goes perfectly here. And that's how I like to build trees. Like I do this every day. Just did it once before, I believe. And on top you get the smaller branches. If they are really too long, you can also just cut them off like that. That is totally up to you. This is also an option if you prefer that more to cover up that center section. Do whatever you like. Here is the tree. I think it looks pretty nice. And yeah, I also made myself the bowl, but then in red. And I'm going to put that, I think, just on top of this festive tree. So this thing has a really nice top decoration. So just add some tiny dot of glue, not too much because that might sneak underneath the ribbon itself. And then there you are. Remove any spider webs if they are there. Looks cute, doesn't it? And look, here is the final result of the tree and the wreath. Let us know what you think is the cutest. Are you team Christmas tree or are you team Christmas wreath? Let us know what you think about it by writing it down in the comment section. So that was it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, we would love to see your comments in the comment section below. Hope you had fun and see you next time. Bye everyone!